When should you use Object.create instead of new in JavaScript? Imagine you're building a house and you want to create a new room that shares some features with an existing one. Do you copy everything manually or use a shortcut? That's kind of what choosing between Object.create and new in JavaScript is like. Both create objects, but they do it in different ways and suit different situations. The new keyword works with constructor functions. When you use new, it creates a fresh object, sets up the prototype chain automatically, binds the this context to that new object, and then runs the constructor function. This makes it easy when you want to initialize properties and methods at once. For example, if you have a car constructor, new will set up each car with its own make and model. Object.create is different. It creates a new object with a specific prototype you choose. It does not run any constructor code. Instead, it lets you directly set the prototype of the new object to an existing object. This is useful when you want to create an object that inherits from another object without needing a constructor function. You should use Object.create when you want to set up prototypal inheritance without writing a constructor. For example, if you have a prototype object with shared methods, you can create new objects that inherit those methods directly. It keeps things simple and clear. Another time to pick Object.create is when you want to create objects from existing objects instead of from a class or constructor. If you have a template object, you can make copies that inherit from it without any extra setup. This is perfect for creating multiple similar objects quickly. Property control is another reason to choose Object.create. It accepts a second argument where you can define property descriptors. You can make properties read-only, non-enumerable, or define getters and setters. This level of control isn't available with new. Sometimes you need objects with no prototype at all. Passing null to Object.create creates a clean object that doesn't inherit anything from object prototype. This is great for dictionaries or maps where you want no unexpected inherited properties. Delegation is a pattern where objects delegate behavior to other objects. Object.create makes this pattern straightforward. You create a new object that delegates to a parent object, making the relationship clear and easy to manage. If your constructor function only sets properties and does nothing else, Object.create can be more efficient. You avoid running unnecessary code and make your intentions clearer. For example, if you have a prototype object with a method like describe, you can create a new object with Object.create and add properties directly. It's a simple way to set up inheritance without extra overhead. Or if you want a completely clean object to use as a map object, create null gives you a blank slate. You can add properties without worrying about inherited ones. In short, use new when you have a constructor that initializes properties and methods. Use Object.create when you want to control the prototype chain directly, inherit from existing objects, define specific property attributes, or create objects with no prototype. Knowing when to use each makes your code cleaner, more flexible, and easier to understand.